What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, we're going to be previewing 2311 racing as we head into the 2023 NASCAR Cup Series season. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. In 2023, 2311 will have some pretty big changes happening to the organization. We've got a new driver, new picker members coming onto the team, and some pretty big changes happening for 2311 racing. So, let's get into it. Let's begin by first talking about Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace will be once again in 2023 going back, who drove the 45 near the end of the year, but he's jumping back into the number 23 car in 2023 and will probably be keeping majority of the same pick crew and everything on the team. He once again will be working with Bubba Barker heading into 2023 as well. Let's talk about 2022 for Bubba Wallace. Beginning here for Bubba Wallace was very struggling. He did have a really awesome finish in the Daytona 500 where he had a photo finish against Austin Cindric where he came up short and finished in second, and had a great run at Kansas, but struggled for the first half of the year. But in the second half of the year, Bubba Wallace really started improving. Eventually so much to the point that at one point, he had the best average finish in a 10-race span, which was extremely impressive to see. He also got a very impressive win at Kansas in really dominating fashion, where he had probably the fastest car in that race for a majority of that event. However, the end of the year kind of ended in a very sour note at Las Vegas Motor Speedway after contact with Kyle Larson and losing his temper and getting into a confrontation, and got suspended at the end of the season. But going into 2023, I think you have to be really excited for Bubba Wallace as a driver. And the reason being is I think 2311 Racing is really headed toward a right direction. If he can start the year off the way he ended 2023 and in 2022, if he can start the year off in 2023, the year how he ended in 2022, I really believe that Bubba Wallace is going to be an outside championship thrower. Now, I'm not saying he's going to win the championship, but I think he easily is going to make the playoffs. And I really believe that this team is going to be much more consistent. I think Bubba's going to get a lot of top 10s, a lot of top 5s, and I think another goal for Bubba Wallace going in 2023 definitely has to be him trying to win multiple races, try to get his first multi-win season. Because the last years, he scored one victory each season. I think the goal for Bubba Wallace is to become the first African-American driver to win 2 races in a single Cup Series season, which would be extremely impressive for Bubba Wallace. And I think with the capabilities of Bubba Barker, who's an amazing crew chief, and a team that is showing major improvement and such, and with them having the sponsorship down and everything going right for Bubba Wallace heading into 2023, you do have to be extremely excited if you are a Bubba Wallace fan. Also, the goal is to keep his temper in check and just keep his temperament in check and not get mad on the radio. And if he can do that and not get mad on the track, I think that's really going to play a role helping Bubba Wallace really succeed. So for Bubba Wallace fan, I think you have to be really excited and really pumped up and looking forward to what is in store for him heading into 2023. The only other full-time driver that they will be having in 2023 is a new driver in 2023, as Tyler Reddick originally was not supposed to drive the 45 car until 2024. However, with the big Kurt Busch news that got announced at Las Vegas near the end of the season, Tyler Reddick will be jumping over to drive for 2311 Racing heading into 2023 and will drive the number 45 car. Now, while not everything has been officially confirmed in the 2311 Racing camp, I would 100% expect at this point that I would expect that Billy Scott, who's been the crew chief of that second car this past season, I would expect that Billy Scott is going to be the crew chief for Tyler Reddick. Another big question around Tyler Reddick is what sponsors is he going to have? Because we already know at this point that Cheddar's is not going to be sponsoring heading into 2023. They'll be basically sponsored by Rich Schultz Racing or probably Kyle Busch. We really don't know at this particular point. So will 3Chi be coming on to work with Tyler Reddick or other sponsors? We'll have to wait and see. But I would think companies like the Jordan brand will sponsor him this year. Probably Moneyline is going to sponsor him in 2023. And I think that he'll have some good sponsors. Now let's talk about his season as well in 2022. Tyler Reddick had a very inconsistent season. There's a lot of times it was feast or famine. But near the end of the season, he started racking off wins. He had 3 wins in the final, I think, 18 or 19 races in the season. Those coming at Road America, the Indianapolis Road Course, and of course at Texas Motor Speedway. Unfortunately, though, he got eliminated in the round of 16. Now, the good news is, if you're a Tyler Reddick fan, is I think Tyler Reddick is going to be a legitimate championship contender in 2023. Not only do I think he's going into a better ride, I think that 45 car next year is going to be better than the 8 cars. I think Toyota's going to put a lot of the resources into 2311 racing. But Tyler Reddick is known to always get the best out of his equipment. Look at Austin Dillon's performance, for example, at RCR. Austin Dillon was a very solid driver, Rich Schultz Racing. In fact, I think he doesn't get enough credit for the team, and I think he was more consistent than Tyler Reddick, but he doesn't win a lot of races. Tyler Reddick won a lot of races with Rich Schultz Racing in 2022 in a car that should not be as competitive and should not be going out there and winning races. I think that Tyler Reddick is going to be a legit championship threat. Now, I do expect at least the beginning of the year, there's probably going to be some growing pains, at least for the first few races. But once Reddick gets adapted to the 2311 racing camp, I do think that he's going to have a very awesome chance and a very good opportunity to go out there and contend and win the championship. I think you have to be really excited for the 45 team, especially since some of those guys are probably coming from the 45 team last year near the end, which was a 23 team. I think you have to be really excited and really ecstatic for Tyler Reddick heading into next year. I think he does perform better than Bubba Wallace, no disrespect to Bubba, but I think he'll perform better than Bubba, but not by much. And I think he'll also be a little bit more consistent as well in 2023. So there's some really good things going on for him, and I think you have to be really excited if you're a 2311 racing fan. Good to see that he will be driving the number 45 car in 2023. Well, those are the two full-time drivers. There is going to be likely a part-time driver as well in 2023, and that is going to be Kurt Busch. Now, obviously, it was announced at Las Vegas that Kurt Busch will not be driving full-time for 2311 racing in 2023. And right now, at this particular point, he's still not, at this point, medically cleared to race in 2023 as of yet. But he's hoping to be medically cleared. Now, Kurt Busch did not come in and basically announce retirement from NASCAR. Let's make that clear. He did not announce retirement from full-time racing. What he did announce was basically retirement from full-time racing, not basically retirement from all racing altogether. So he could possibly still race part-time in the NASCAR Cup Series in 2023, and I think that's a goal that he is going to have. Kurt Busch has a bucket list for 2023. He wants to go to Australia to probably race in V8 Supercars. He would love to go to Le Mans and race in Le Mans 24 hours, and also wants to go and race and win at Darlington and Watkins Glen as well. And obviously, I think another race he would like to run is probably the Daytona 500. When I look at Kurt Busch, I think another big thing about Kurt Busch, I think he's going to be a really good mentor to 2311 racing, to both Tyler Reddick and Bubba Wallace, two young drivers. Kurt Busch was in a very similar position to Bubba Wallace when Bubba Wallace was kind of younger, but Kurt was a lot younger as a driver, and Kurt Busch also had a pretty big temper as well. And I think that's going to play a major role in helping out a driver like Bubba Wallace, because I think Kurt Busch is going to be able to be that great mentor that Bubba Wallace is really going to need. So I think he'll be a great mentor, and I think he'll be able to help the equipment become faster as well. And I think ever since he joined the team in 2022, their equipment has just gotten more and more ecstatic. They're not the top team yet, but I think long-term 2311 Racing could eventually, I think, become a better organization than Joe Gibbs Racing. So you have to be really excited for the future of 2311, and I think Kurt Busch will be there and be willing to help out their organization heading into 2023. There's some really exciting things going on for the 2311 camp, and I think that Kurt Busch will bring that excitement once again next year in the Select Start 2 runs if he is medically cleared. In addition to those moves, there are going to be some pit crew changes happening in 2023. And those pit crew changes is that they're going to be making their own in-house pit crew members. For the last 2 seasons, they have had Joe Gibbs Racing pit crew members, but in 2023, the plan for 2311 Racing is have in-house pit crew members and basically get different people from different groups and basically hiring pit crew members and getting the best pit crew members out there, which I think will be able to help out the team. Overall, at the end of the day, you look at 2311 Racing, and they have been a team that has been so impressive in the first 2 years. 2021, they kind of started off a little bit of struggles at the beginning, but they have seen this show so much improvement, especially since the second half of the 2021 season. Got that big victory, Talladega, Bubba Wallace, and got 2 wins in 2022. The overall goal for 2311 Racing is to get more wins in 2023, which I think that team is going to be very, very capable of doing that. I think minimum going into 2023, I think both Tyler Reddick and Bubba combined could get around 3 to 4, even maybe 5 wins in 2023. And I think there's a very strong chance and a very strong possibility that 2311 Racing is headed toward a bright future. And I think in the long term, both these drivers driving, I think there's a really good chance in the next few seasons that we're going to see 2311 Racing win a Cup Series championship. They're a very young team. They're not to the new levels of what Trackhouse got, and trust me, Trackhouse Racing did really, really good, did a really awesome job in their races. But that is a team that kind of got backing from Chip Ganassi. This is a team that is still really brand spanking new, only in the third season, but they're a team that has really shown major improvement and major skills. So if you're a fan of 2311 Racing, you have to be really excited and really pumped up as a fan. And I think there's a lot of great things headed toward the future for 2311 Racing heading into the 2023 season. Some great things happening, and it's really exciting for the future of 2311 Racing. So that is your today's team preview video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel, notifications on, to be notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Links description below over that, and comment your thoughts on today's video. What are your thoughts about 2311 Racing heading into 2023? And do you think their team is going to be really, really strong in that season or not? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think they improve or not? Let me know in the comments below. Tomorrow on my channel, we're either going to have a NASCAR news video on the channel, or we're going to have another team preview dropping on the channel. On Saturday, I'm not sure what's coming. It could be the race winners predictions video. Stick around for that. That could be coming. On Sunday, you're going to be having the F1 review from Abu Dhabi as we finish the season for Formula 1. And then at the end, we will be also on Monday probably have another NASCAR news video or other content dropping on the channel that I think you're going to enjoy. And there might be an announcement on a future thing that could be coming for the future of the family very, very soon. So anyway, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for some more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.